Hello, hello. In 1 second, we are here. Hello, 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 everyone. Can hear me well? I'm happy to be here, my friends, today. I'm excited because we have an amazing interview with Kerry Marraffino. It's great. You wanna blow your mind with the presentation today. So, perfect. We're waiting for her. I know you wanna be so happy. You wanna learn so much
Hi,
about
Steve.
this today. Hello, hello, Kerry.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. What about you?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you well. Let me
Okay.
see our people can hear as well. Our
Okay.
viewers. I
You guys
think
could
so.
just send a comment if you can hear. If not, I'll put my headset on. That might help.
Yes, please send us a thumbs up if you can hear as well. Like I see, hear hands. Sure, yeah. People start to hear as
Thank
well.
you, Catherine.
Perfect. Sounds good. Great, great, great. How are you, Kerry?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a long day, but a good day. So
Okay, I love it. I love it. So yeah, guys, it's perfect. So what is the our mission today with this life? What is you are going to learn today? And it was about
I think,
fitness,
yeah, fitness. What do we have?
and it's
Fitness,
gonna
health,
fitness,
that,
it's gonna be health, and it's gonna be mindset, right?
right. And I think my goal is just to help people understand that, you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to know exactly what you're doing to get healthy or fit. It's really just starting and making steps towards it and getting better as you go.
Yeah, exactly. That is what I love because some people say like, oh, and it's funny. People say like, I need to be fitness, I need to be entered to the sport, and it's not true. You always need to start from scratch because you know how, like
Right.
when you wanna start to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to be an athlete, right? You could just start out by walking. People can do that. So,
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, if you can walk, you are doing well. We can move.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay, but I wanna ask you. I mean, first of all, I wanted you present with our viewers, with our audience, who is Kerry, why you know about health, why I'm so excited you be here. So if you can do a little
sure.
introduce by yourself, it will be amazing.
Sure. So I am married with two kids. I'm married to he just retired. My husband is a firefighter paramedic, so very active. Um, we have two kids, 9 and 12, and we really didn't meet each other until, gosh, I was in my 30s and he was almost 40 when we finally decided to get married and have kids. And, we finally met the right person, right? So that's really what has inspired me and us as a family to get healthier and get fit. Once I got pregnant, I started thinking about what I put in my body and even what I put on my skin because, your skin's your largest organ. But so I had my children, and I always thought I ate healthy until, with pregnancy, I didn't have any issues with pregnancy, but things started coming up that I don't know if it was the age or pregnancy affects your body differently. So I started having things like my blood sugar wasn't, the way it was before. I just started feeling different and
Yeah.
just noticing more about my health and paying attention to it, right? So,
No, and I agree with you because, we are a complete ecosystem about it, and the body is everything. Maybe your skin, what you eat, what you do, how you think, everything works against you or work with you. So I love it that, it's not common that you say also people know about what you put in your skin or even what you eat in or
yeah,
whatever because,
yeah, I didn't really think about it. I just thought, oh, I go to, Bath and Body Works. That's my favorite store because everything smells so good. And then I realized, oh, you don't really want fragrance and things on your skin because it messes with your hormones. So things like that, as I have come along in my journey, I'm learning all the time, and just things that, like I tell my kids, you don't know until somebody tells you or you research it.
wow, that is
Just
great.
mind that are new, you know, keep going.
Yeah.
So I'm always learning. And So I had my children, and I decided I needed to lose the baby weight. I think that's what motivates a lot of moms and women. You know, they want to just get back to normal.
Yes.
And I had gained 50 pounds actually with each.
Wow.
It's a lot. I'm not tall, Andy. I was big.
Whoa, yeah, that one was a good gain, you know?
Yeah, so I had, you know, I lost probably 20 on my own, I think, just pretty easily, just with, you know, being a mom. And but that last, you know, 25 to 30, that was hard. That was hard because by then, it's funny because I don't know if you've been around a lot of babies, but I didn't realize this, that they sleep a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
They're a lot, but they sleep a lot. So you're like, wow, I could have done something. And then by the time you realize I could have done something and, you know, moved a little bit or something, they're up again. You know,
I know the baby's like, okay, I know my mom now is relaxing. It's time to go for it and start to do my sounds to get attention again.
Yeah. So I was looking for something, you know, I knew I was lucky enough. I was able to work from home after I had both children actually. And, you know, I went out to see clients when I needed to see clients, but I had a nice schedule where I could spend the time that they needed to bond and everything. And I didn't have to rush right back to work, but it was coming up that I had to go back from maternity leave. So I hired a personal trainer and he was great, but I felt like, come on, you're being way too easy on me. I need to get this stuff. You know, I have 30 days. So
like, give me this in 30 days. How is possible?
Yeah, like impatient, right? But, you know, he was being smart and was not probably pushing me as hard as I should have pushed. But I don't know. I think looking back, he was probably right on. You know, I was being impatient. And I think that's where in the past I've given up. You know, I've either gained 10 pounds and said, okay, I'm going to really focus and I'm going to get this 10 pounds off. And then I do it and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Smooth sailing now. I'm all done. I can stop. Right. And it took me years to figure out that it's not over. You know, you go and you get your medal and you're done and you go home and you're always going to look amazing and be healthy. And it took me, I don't know why it took me so many cycles of that to realize that people that look good in the gym, it's because they go to the gym. They don't just look like that naturally. You know, they watch what they eat and do other things. But
wow, that is great. So I will say the first highlight that we have here, it's we need to be patient, and also it's basically something that for life, and it's not about the aesthetic. No, it's not about how you look. It's more how is the process, because as you said now, I think so there is a lot of formulas, like a magical formula that no, just do it that so fast and that's it, and you forever want to give it, and it's not like that, you know. It's we take your time and take your patience and do it and redo it, right?
Right. Yeah. So that was a learning experience. So I went back to work after I had my 30 days with the trainer, and I just decided, just because it was such a big change, you know, going back to work, still not sleeping at night because the baby was up. And I just said, you know, this working out, it's not really going well. You know, so I stopped. And I didn't start working out again until, probably 8 or 9 months later. And I said, this is it. I'm finally ready. And I think what changed, Andy, was that I was gentle on myself. And I said, okay, here's my goal. You know, of course I want to lose the weight, but I said, I don't care about that anymore. This is my baby goal, is that I'm going to go exercise 1 to 3 times a week. You know, I didn't say, okay, I'm going to go 5 days. I'm going to hit it hard. No, I didn't do that. You know, so I think that small goals and be consistent is my, you know, is one of my tips that I tell people.
Well, yeah, that is great, because it is funny, and you know, you and I, when we have our clients, and it's like, you know, I want to go for it. I want to run 3 hours, and we ask like, hey, have you ever just run like a 10 minutes, 20 minutes? No. But today I want to go 3-4 hours. I want to go put marathon. And I say, what are you talking about? You know, it is a process, and it's with everything, and I love it because it's step by step. You want to do $1 million, cool. But first of all, you do 10,000 at least. You want to lose weight, okay, at least you start to running or walking even, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I didn't even, you know, and honestly, some weeks I only got 1 workout in. and I would be, I think in the past I would say, oh my gosh, I'm such a failure. That's it. This is not for me. And I would stop. But I said, no, okay, next week I'm going for my 3 days. And I would start again. And I would shoot for 3 days. And if, because of my husband's schedule or my schedule, because now we had a human being to watch, we couldn't just go to the gym. If I didn't get that day in, it was okay. And the next week I just kept doing the same thing. So every week I was 1 to 3 days. And some weeks I'd hit 3, some I'd hit 2. Every once in a while I'd hit 1 and be like, oh, that wasn't so good, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. So.
Wow. And let me ask you some question for our viewers. So do you think there is like a, I don't know, magic hour to go? Like for you, it's better to go in the morning, afternoon, evening? What is better for you that you say? Because you was busy, right? With this new baby.
And everybody's different. Some people are night owls and some people are morning people. I was not a morning person, but I realized quickly that if I wanted to get a workout in, I had to do it in the morning. For 2 reasons. One, because, now I do it in the morning because the kids are still asleep and my husband's watching them. And I don't have to bring them with me. But I did bring them with me in the beginning. I think if I don't do it first thing in the morning, it really sets me up for a great day when I work out. And, I feel good about myself because I honored a commitment to myself, instead of putting everyone else first. Because you could do that all day long. You're like, oh, how can I help them? What do they need? What can I do over here? And then you get to the end of the day and you're like, oh, I got to work out. Oh, I'm tired. I just don't. And you're like, oh, no, now I don't have time. Now I got to make dinner. Now I got to, oh, I have a meeting or whatever. There's a million excuses that come up, especially for me at the end of the day. I'm like, well, I'm just tired.
I know. I'm completely agree with you. That is one of the main reasons, right? People say like, no, let's do it, or are so busy. But really, you're so busy, and especially it is time for you, and that is the most beautiful thing. It's just time for you, and it's where you commit and you honor yourself to saying it's something that you want to do. That is so important to highlight here.
Mindset, it needs to be something that you're doing for you, and that time is sacred. That is your time.
Yeah, because then, especially in here with moms and all of us, as soon babies or families start up, that is gonna be you lose your time, and then it's basically a cycle. Like, no, it's like a snowball. I don't have time. The babies start to do it. I don't have time for me. And when you wanna get time for you, what is that time to just take time, whatever you do? And that is also other question that I wanna ask you. Some people think in a health environment, you need to go super hard in the gym or do super extreme. Do you think that is necessary, or every person has special workouts to do?
Yeah, no, I don't think you have to go super hard. I think, on certain days of the week, if you feel like going super hard, you can. But I think for the most part, it's just most important that you go and that you're consistent. You can't obviously be sitting on the machines talking to everybody and not doing anything, but you need to be consistent. And some days you'll feel like going hard, but I think the most important is to listen to your body. And if you're feeling a little off or whatever, go in and do something, but don't go crazy that day. Don't go try a new spin. Do something that's a little more gentle. I take time and I will do hot yoga, or I used to do Pilates too, but I will do that and I will mix it up and do something different, especially if I feel like, oh, my body's just not having it today. Or even I'll lift, a lot less weight than I normally would.
Yeah.
Or just cut it shorter, just depending on how I feel. Looks like we have a question from Catherine.
Yeah. Actually, I want to say that. So
yeah.
Go for it, please.
Oh, how do you balance your work, family time, and a healthy life? So there's a few things that we do. One is I work out, in the morning and get it done. So that happens. My husband is very supportive, and that is key, I think. If you have somebody who your partner, if they're not supportive or they don't understand why you're doing this, and sometimes all it takes is a conversation to say, hey, this is important to me and I am going to focus on this. Are you on board? Can I have your support? Because sometimes they don't realize, oh, why is she never here? If you don't have that conversation, and it's really simple. Because what do you want for your partner? You just want them to be happy, right? So you can be happy. So I think you just need to communicate. and set expectations about, you know, who's doing what, and really just communicate. It's really important to communicate your schedules. And the healthy life, I have done so many things since, gosh, that's a tough one. I've done so many things since all this has started. But for me, the healthy life is, you know, knowing your numbers and moving your body. But knowing your numbers is, you know, go to the doctor, get your blood work done. Don't put stuff like that off. I think lots of times people are surprised when they find out, oh, why am I sick? You know, why do I have cancer? Or what's going on? Because I didn't know anything was going on. And if you ask them, they probably say, oh, no, I don't go to the doctor. You know, I go every year.
I know.
I don't miss those checkups. And just like the dentist, you know, every 6 months I go. But you can't miss your checkups and never get blood work drawn or never have your blood pressure done and then all of a sudden go, I don't understand what happened. If you're not watching those numbers and taking that data in, then you're really doing yourself a disservice.
Exactly. Yeah. To kind of put it together, that you say who is so valuable is people doesn't know how to read the body, and the body have a signals, like a pretty clear signals about it. And again, as we said, is you are like a switch watch. You know, everything thing that you change or that you tweak, they will be either of help you or either to but it's gonna be bad for your body. So I love that because people think like, oh, I go and I never know how is my sugar, how is my pressure, even what is my time. You know, it is even randomly. But how you want to know about your body and what is good for you and how it changes, right? So I love that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, I mean, we get comfortable, right? You know, when you're growing, it's very uncomfortable. But when you're taking yourself on, it can get uncomfortable. And if you're in a spot, just ask yourself, you know, am I super comfortable with what I'm doing? You know, maybe I should mix things up. Because, you know, when you get in that comfort zone, people ask me quite frequently, they say, well, what do you take for pain? And I say, what do you mean? What do I take for pain? You know, and they go, well, because I take this because this hurts, you know, my back always hurts or my knee hurts. And I said, well, that's not normal. You should not be in pain all the time. You know, unless you have an injury or something that's, you know, just happened. You shouldn't be walking around in pain every day. You know, that's not normal. Only people will ask me, well, what do you take for pain? I go, well, if I'm in pain, I find out what's causing it and I fix it.
Right.
But that's what I mean. But people get in their comfort zone and they walk around feeling sluggish or horrible, and they don't really even realize it because they haven't felt better.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like, okay, no problem. I have this pain, or even I have this weight, and they try to realize, or even to put the excuse on it, like, I know that is normal. That is how it is life. Yeah. And they will show you like, it is not like that. Or in your case, because in my case, like that, no, I don't have time. I'm so busy with my clients. It's business. And I'm pretty sure in your case, the same, no? Try to get the excuse, I am a mom, I don't have time, I have this baby. So every moment is try to put something to avoid the responsibility that our body is our own decision, right? That is, it's us that we need to do.
Right. And our bodies will give us signs, right? You know, they will tell us when something's going on. The key is listening. You know, even if you're just getting a weird feeling like, oh, I think something's off. I mean, investigate. You know, get it checked out. I mean, anytime that I've ever gotten injured or tweaked my back or whatever, there was a sign. You know, looking back, I was like, oh, yeah, that was the day I said, oh, I just have this one spot here that if I could just get this knot out, I'll be fine. Then all of a sudden, you know, I do one thing and there goes my back. And I'm like, oh, I should have listened to my body.
And like, that's what it is.
You know, so you got to look at the signs and do something about it. And if you don't know what's going on, you know, ask. Somebody can help you. You know, there's so many people out there.
Yeah, that is true. Kerry, other thing about, and there is kind of a myth in the health world, and maybe you know about it, I'm pretty sure. What about nutrition? You think nutrition is important, or you just work out and eat whatever you want, or also you need to have a balance between your nutrition and your workout? What do you think about that?
I think it's extremely important, but you need to, like, for example, what I did was first I worked on the workouts, you know, and some people do it the other way. They do their diet first and then they work on, you know, exercise. But eventually you need to bring both of them together and marry your fitness with your nutrition, because you know that you can't out train a bad diet. You know, you can't just eat whatever you want, especially foods that cause inflammation. You're not going to feel good, you know, and if you're not fueling your body properly, you're not going to have the energy you need. And when you first start working out, it can be an energy drain at first, but then, you know, after a few weeks, you will start to feel more energetic because your body's adapting, and, you know, you will feel better. And I did the workouts, but I didn't do as well on the nutrition. I wasn't eating poorly, but I didn't even worry about losing weight until, you know, I was probably 2 or 3 months into it. And I said, okay, now I'm feeling really strong. What else can I do? You know, what else can I fix? So that's when I started focusing more on my nutrition and losing the weight.
Wow.
I think it can be overwhelming to try to do both at once. I mean, everybody's different, but you know, you can make small changes too. I mean, if, you know, focusing on nutrition for somebody could be, oh, this week, my one small change is going to be, let's drink stuff that doesn't have calories. You know, that could be a big change for some people, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with you, because people always think it's everything about big changes, or you need to do it big, or you need to start with craziness. And it's not going to be, first of all, not worth it. It's going to be so uncomfortable for you. And third, it's not going to be longer. It's going to be just in the moment. It's, you know, something that you, first of all, you want to, and you realize as your future. Like, I'm pretty sure, and I love what you said about is, you need to have consciousness about what you want. Because it's not because other people tell you about it, and it's because it's what it is. It's not. It's read your body, and really you need it, that you need to get less sugar, or you need to less stress. Read your body, and that is for you. It is not for other person or people that tell you. It's about you.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be ups and downs, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's
yeah,
not
for
like
sure.
The other day I said, it's not like you're on this journey and you just keep losing weight. I said, no, there's going to be, sometimes you're going to come up, sometimes you're going to go down, and sometimes you're going to do absolutely nothing, even though you've never worked harder in your life. And, you know, the scale's not going to move because maybe you're putting on muscle, or maybe your body's just adapting. You know,
exactly.
For a while. But
exactly.
It will get better, right?
Oh, for sure. Kerry, and in the last category about mindset, what do you think about mindset? Because we talk about health, we talk about fitness. So what do you think? Mindset is an important aspect in these two words, or is nothing important at all? What do you think?
Mindset's very important because, you know, we all have this voice in our head that tells us, at least mine talks to me throughout the whole day, this is what's going on. And actually, I learned there's a very small percentage of people that hear nothing. That just shocked me. Like, you know, I hear all day long. And, you know, your thoughts are really what your mind and your body will go after. So if you're saying, oh, I'm so fat, or I can't do this, if you don't believe in yourself, you know, first of all, it's not going to happen. Your dream will come true if you don't believe in yourself. But mindset is really, really, really important. And you don't know this about me, but when I got pregnant, I told my husband, the paramedic, right, so he's very into the medical field, that I didn't want any drugs for childbirth. And he said, are you kidding me? He goes, you know, you have no tolerance for pain. He says, you can't do that. And I said, I know, but I'm going to figure it out, because I said, I don't want any drugs. I don't want a needle near my spine. I said, that just freaks me out. And I don't want drugs in my body. And I definitely don't want them in my baby's body, right? So,
yeah.
Like, I'm going to figure it out. So I actually used hypnosis and meditation for childbirth. So I had 2 natural childbirths, no drugs, and all I did was meditate, really.
Oh, wow, that is great.
I don't know if you meditate at all, but it can be very difficult to get your mind quiet, and because it is talking all the time, and that's okay. I think what people understand sometimes about meditation is that it's not that your mind is silent. It's just that, you know, thoughts will come in and out, and that's fine. But what really works with meditation, it's not something you can try just a couple of times and go, yeah, that wasn't for me. It's the consistency. So you need to set a routine. And, you know, for 3 months, 2 or 3 months before I gave birth, every day I was listening to affirmations about how the birth was going to go down, right? How I wanted it to happen. So basically, it was like my wish list of how this was going to happen, and all good stuff, all good stuff. And I was able to do that without any interventions or anything. So the mind
I love it because it's most of the time it's not even that you don't have the energy or not even that you don't want to. It's just your mind. It's about also that fear, right? About I don't think so if I be able. I don't know if I can run. I don't know if literally can do the fat. I don't know why. It's just your mind, and because if we see it, sometimes it's like for workouts you don't need money. You don't need to. I don't know, big machine, big things. Like you even can start just with your body, running or push-up, pull-ups. You just can start doing that. Simple.
Thanks. I have some people we know. But yeah, it's so important. And, if you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. I had a time once where I was competing and I was trying, you got 3 attempts to go for a certain lift, right? So every time you had to pick the weight that you knew you could hit for the first one, and then the second one try harder, and the third one try to do more weight. Well, I got up for the first one, I was fine. The second one, I was fine. My third attempt, just as I was coming up to the barbell, my coach said, "What weight do you have on there?" "Oh, well, if you can do that." She looked at the weight, and I told her, and she said, "Oh, if you can do that, then you're way better than me." And she was like, she had gold, like gold in the world. And I said, and that just crushed me. That just crushed me. And I went up and the barbell didn't even move. It was just like, I was supposed to lift it over my head. And I was like, it just killed my mindset. And that was it. That was that. There went my attempt.
That was, you're like, no, please, no more for me.
It just ruined me because I didn't believe in myself. I was like, oh, if she can't do it, there's no way I can. I'm like new. I'm new. I can do this. And,
like, it's not possible for me.
And I just did. But, I couldn't even move the bar. It was crazy. Failed a heavy weight, I always go heavier. Yes, and now I can do like so much more than that weight that I failed. Now that's like my warm-up.
No, like that is nothing for me. Now, Kerry, that is amazing. And also I want to ask you, because I know you have a program that you realized and it was made it from all this pandemic, right? Do you create a program that you want to help people, and I know your intentions are so beautiful about. So I would like you talk a little bit about this, if it's possible, please.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, when everything started shutting down and the gyms closed, I like everyone else was stuck working out at home, and that was really tough for me. 1, because I didn't have much equipment. 2, because I missed the people, and 3, because I was like, what do I do? I think a lot of people were saying, I have 1 dumbbell. What can I do with this? So I created 31 days of workouts people can do at home. You don't need any equipment. There are some that you need a jump rope. Hey, Jim. But I even posted a video. I even found on YouTube how to make your own jump rope out of grocery bags. I was like, okay, there's no excuses. I got my kids. I'm like, new jump ropes. And so I did the 31 days of workouts, and, you can split them up however you want, take your rest days as you need to, but you basically can do, workout in very little time. You can make it as short or as long as you want. If you want to go for a longer workout, just repeat it, but they're all there for you. You can get those on my website, repsbykerry.com. You just sign up and get the workouts, and they get delivered to your inbox. But I created them for people that, were home like me, and didn't know what to do. And didn't know what to do with their kids, because now our kids aren't getting any exercise either. And that was just tough, not
I know.
But for me, they needed to run and play, and, this was something we could do together.
No, so, and that is one of the reasons that I admire, because, when you are single and you have kids, you can go all the way. But when you meet with people that have more circumstances, that have kids, that have families, and just are super in shape, are super well, that have all that energy and the mindset, you say, like, look at this, it is possible. Just, it's to put it in us and be surrounded to people like you, for example, that motivate me, that again energy, and that we can learn so much, because that is the other thing that I like it, and is how you can learn every day, how you can do different workouts, because I saw your videos, but it's amazing. It's like, wow, look at this. I never even seen that kind of a workout. So I love it so much.
Thank you. And when I started, I had trouble in the warm up. We had to do 5 lunges per leg, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so wobbly. I was all over the place, and I was like, that's the warm up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I was like, oh my god. But now I can do it. So it's, knowing your body and doing what you can, and not getting all hung up on, oh well, they're doing this. Don't compare yourself to others. It's about you and your journey.
Yeah, that is amazing. Kerry, I know you're super busy. Thank you so much for being here. I know you are extra busy, and I really appreciate you take time for me and for us, the community here, and we can share this. For sure, guys, if you want to follow Kerry, go there. Kerry, if someone want to ask you a question or want to get the videos, what is the best way to communicate with you?
Yeah, they can send me a DM if they want on Instagram, or they can actually, some people like Facebook better. I have a Facebook group also called Reps by Kerry, so they could join that. It's a little more intimate there. But I also would love for them to hear about you, Andy. Why don't you tell us what you do too?
Yeah, I know. That's, for me, always whatever people need, communicate with me here, the DM. I love what I said, talk with people, communicate with all of us. And I believe the best way to generate value is talking with everyone and see how we can do better, because every person can teach us something. And again, like when I talk to you, like, wow, it's amazing. I get so much value for this. So I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, everybody,
for
watching.
Guys,
if you
thank you so much. Let us know if you have any question. Let's see if someone has any question here. And if no, please do question each one in DM. I think.
That's why I have you. They were just for me.
Okay, that is perfect. Kerry, thank you so much. And good evening for you. Good evening for everyone, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.